Dear members and stakeholders of the European Corporation for Accreditation, my name is Maureen Logge and I'm the President of EA since 2021. I'm also honoured to have been re-elected to serve EA until 2026. Europe has a unique advantage compared to the rest of the world. Regulation 765 of 2008 was adopted to create a uniform legal basis for accreditation across the European Union, to eliminate technical barriers to trade, to ensure public trust in conformity assessment, and to strengthen the functioning of the internal market. It defines accreditation as a public authority activity, distinct from commercial conformity assessment, and applied uniformly, whether the accreditation is used on a mandatory or voluntary basis. This European accreditation system is based on a single national accreditation body per member state. They operate on a non-profit basis, with independence, impartiality, and mandatory peer evaluation. The system has consistently ensured confidence, coherence, and mutual recognition of conformity assessment results across Europe. The peer evaluation system guarantees the competence and equivalence of national accreditation bodies. As of the 1st of September, we have taken a step further with the launch of the EA MLA mark. Registered in 43 countries, national accreditation bodies and accredited conformity assessment bodies can use the EA MLA. When you see the EA MLA mark on the report or certificate, it sends a clear message. This report is trustworthy, it comes from a competent body, and the results are reliable. Being stronger together also means speaking with one voice globally. Through ILAC and IF, now merged into the Global Accreditation Corporation Incorporate, EA is linking Europe's system to worldwide recognition.
Thank you, Maureen. Digitalization is reshaping how trust and confidence are demonstrated. So it is key that as accreditation bodies, we collaborate with regulators and conformity assessment bodies to create digital systems that ensure that trust keeps up with innovation. So to achieve this, we must ensure that accredited credentials become digitally discoverable, verifiable, and machine readable in the near future. New tools like artificial intelligence and blockchain are driving us to reimagine how we assess, analyze, and share information. So this isn't about replacing human expertise, it's about enhancing it, making assurance smarter, and giving us the opportunity to augment the value that accreditation can bring to the future of market surveillance. Over to you, Banu.
Thank you, Georgie. Accreditation is no longer just a technical issue. It has become a global language of trust and quality. This is exactly the spirit of EA, unity in diversity and progress through shared purpose. Today, as all ABs, we are facing new challenges like endless new regulations and new schemes, or fast evolving technologies like artificial intelligence. I personally believe that despite all challenges, accreditation will always remain a powerful tool to ensure confidence and quality in our region. Today I'm so glad to celebrate the anniversary of our EA, wishing many years with full of success and cooperation. Happy birthday, EA. It's your turn again. Thank you.
Thank you, Banu. Accreditation plays a crucial role in quality infrastructure. When we have the results of the measurement or testing results, we need the accreditation to prove it, to make it more trustable among the consumers, governmental representatives or regulators. Mostly challenges are coming from the regulators and governmental part when they more and more trust in accreditations last years, and increasing number of the regulations around us requires more, let's say, more sensitive approach and more deep approach from accreditation bodies in order to attract some new professionals from different sectors in order to respond to those challenges.
Human resources, that's a challenge for all of us because we need specialists and experts to co-op with us to cover all the possible sectors that are appearing more and more because of the regulators that recognize us and the demand of regulators are bigger. So in the cybersecurity or green gases, we are very dedicated people that adapt very well to all the possible challenges.
Broad use of artificial intelligence by accredited conformity assessment bodies somehow facilitates more risks. And in order to mitigate those risks and also to somehow adopt those risks, EA established working groups who will study artificial intelligence and those risks into very deep in order to hear proper actions against those risks in order to protect consumers and protect rights of consumers.
The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mirella and Georgie. To keep alive, we have to be credible. The duty of the ABs is quite simple. We have to enforce the accreditation system and to ensure its credibility for the final users. In this context, yes, flexibility could be seen as a tool in order to achieve the goal, but it's not the goal by itself. I would really prefer the word agility. We shall never forget that our real customers are not the CAPs, but the user of the results they produce, such as governments, scheme owner, and at the end of the pipe, the final user of this result looking for credibility. The future of accreditation is to demonstrate its usefulness with more credibility and fairness, not with more flexibility. If not, it could be the end of accreditation. We have to keep in mind that ABs are not private for-profit companies ready to offer more flexibility for more money. ABs are clearly in charge of public authority activity. And now, Jerry, happy to give you the floor.
Thank you, Dominic. Dear friends, I'm glad to share a few thoughts about the history of accreditation in Europe. It is also my personal story spanning more than 35 years. I first in 1989. At the time, Europe was divided in two blocks, and membership in the WVCC and BELAC. But in 1993, the Czech accreditation body became a member. In that moment, changed my life. 3 years later, we hosted in Prague a joint meeting of European Accreditation Organization, EAL for laboratories and EAC for certification bodies. From this cooperation, the European Cooperation for Accreditation was created in 2000. At one point, Europe even led both ILAB and IAF, thanks to Thomas Fatlam and Daniel Pierre. It was during this period that the vision was born, to create a single globally recognized accreditation organization with a simple goal: to build trust among governments, industry and stakeholders, and to make the value of accreditation clear to society. And today, accreditation is stronger than ever. It has expanded into new areas, reached almost every country in Europe, and plays an important role globally. I wish European accreditation a bright and successful future.
Thanks. I think non-competition is the very core of what accreditation is. All the other values are really subordinated to it. We shouldn't forget that commercial competition among conformity assessment bodies and the lack of confidence that such competition may create in the market is the main driving force behind the establishment of accreditation bodies around the world. Non-competition is what makes accreditation different from conformity assessment. But I think that non-competition has another enormous advantage, because non-competition allows real cooperation among national accreditation bodies. You don't cooperate with a competitor. Non-competition allows us to act as real partners, as a true network in Europe. Allow us to share information, experience, resources, and I think it's the only way we have to overcome the challenges that the future is posing to us. I must fight for non-competition to prevail in the global scenario, despite of the voices that even in Europe are advocating to step back and disassemble a very successful model that has rendered exceptional levels of confidence and safety in the internal market. So in my opinion, if we lose non-competition, we would lose the raison d'être and The floor is yours, Thomas.
Hello everybody. I congratulate EA for its 25th anniversary. Did I imagine that EA would be like it is now after 25 years? The answer is definitely no. EAS has developed, being now the designated partner for the EU for issues related for conformity assessment and notification, supporting the development of EA legislation, including conformity assessment schemes. The EA Secretariat was developed into a professional service provider for its members and a partner for the international accreditation community in the EU, with an executive secretary and competent staff. The leadership of EA was transferred into a business-like structure with an executive board and a technical management board. The MLA activities have been streamlined with the successful finalization of the MLA regioning project. The robustness of EA was confirmed by the handling of the problems with the COVID-19 pandemic as well. I wish EA all the best for the future, being successful in serving its members, the users of conformity assessment and EU, and maintaining a level playing field for conformity assessment worldwide, serving the overall idea, accredited ones accepted everywhere.